Hey YouTube, this is TNN, and in this video we're going to have a look at a smartphone, the Alcatel Pixi 3 smartphone. And this is a really budget smartphone, ultra budget smartphone. This smartphone costs about 20 to 30 pounds. Let's go through on the top. So what we have on top is a 3.5 inch screen with a resolution of 320 by 480 pixels. Now this is a TFT capacitive touchscreen, and it has 165 ppi pixel density. We also have the back button, the home button, and the menu button. We also have the power on, power off button, volume rockers, speaker on the back, 2 megapixel camera. Now I have to say this 2 megapixel camera is absolutely awful camera. Do not rely on the camera. Really bad camera. We got a 3.5mm headphone jack on the top, micro USB port to charge the device, and a microphone right next to it on the bottom. So let's go through the back again. We have a SIM card slot on the back, just a normal SIM. It's optional is dual SIM. It has a micro SD card slot of up to 32 GB as well. Inside we also have a battery, which is a really small battery, 1300 mAh battery, which isn't actually too bad. It should last you about half a day. Also, the processors inside is a MediaTek MT6572M Pro chipset. The CPU is a dual-core 1 GHz Cortex A7, and the GPU is a Mali 400. Reasonable specs for a £20 phone. So I tried to get Antutu benchmark on here, but it actually wouldn't allow me because the phone can't handle 3D games, 3D pictures and videos and stuff like that. So that's why Antutu benchmark didn't work. But I would say the score it would get is around 5,000, 8,000 score. Nothing amazing. So let's go on to sensor box anyway. This is a sensor box, and this is an accelerometer sensor, which is perfectly fine. It doesn't have a light sensor, it doesn't have a proximity sensor, even though it says it has a proximity sensor, it doesn't. It doesn't have orientation, temperature, gyroscope sensors, doesn't have none of them. It has a sound sensor, as you can see, which is working fine. That is working through the microphone. It doesn't have a magnetic sensor, and it doesn't have a pressure sensor either. So it only has two sensors, sound and accelerometer, which is okay really. That's pretty much the main sensors you need. Now gaming, this phone isn't made for gaming. Do not expect it to be gaming. I mean, it has a dual core processor, so gaming will not work on it at all. But small 2D gamings like Geometry Dash, they should work absolutely fine. As you can see right now, we're going to play some Geometry Dash. They work absolutely fine without no lag. But 3D games, I did try out Temple Run. It lagged completely lagged. I'm not even going to show it on this video because there's just no point. It lagged so much. It froze, it stuck, it crashed. Temple Runs, 3D games, they don't work that well. But 2D 3D games, you know, the mixture 2D 3D games such as Crossy Road, they work sometimes, and then sometimes they don't work. Sometimes they stick a little bit, and they take a really long time to load as well. So here we go, let's try Crossy Road. Hopefully it works, but I doubt it will. Let's see anyway. It will take a really long time to load, give you that. I mean, most phones, my Asus Zenfone 2 loads it ultra quick, obviously. 4GB RAM, we've got an amazing processor on that. That loads it ultra quick, but this will crash, this will take time to even load a game like Crossy Road. So don't expect a lot from it. Now thickness wise, this is quite thick. It's 1.2 centimeters thick. To be precise, it's 11.9 millimeters thick, which is quite thick. The dimensions of this phone is actually 112.2 millimeters by 62 millimeters, and it weighs only 100 grams, which is pretty light. You know, it's a pretty nice light phone. What do you expect from a 3.5 inch phone? So this phone was released in 2015 February, and considering it was only released last year, I do expect quite a bit from here. Like a 2 megapixel camera, they could have at least put a 5 megapixel camera on it. But anyway, let's go through the notification bar features. We've got the brightness settings, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, the basics. Pretty speedy phone. Now, it's actually said to run on Android 4.4.2 KitKat. So let's go ahead and check that out actually. Why the hell am I on Google settings? Should be on normal settings. Go ahead and find that on the drop-down menu. You can also get straight to the settings from the drop-down menu. So let's double check that this is on KitKat. And it's pretty cool if it is on KitKat. Should be. There it is, 4.4.2. Double check that. And yep, we are running KitKat, and that is pretty amazing for a £20-30 phone running KitKat. That is pretty cool. And you know, it's a pretty cool phone to give to, like, let's say your parents, grandparents, maybe your children who are new to smartphones. You need something cheap, £20, £30. This is a pretty decent phone for that price. And it truly gets the job done. I mean, the phone's made for social networks and YouTube, not really for gaming. So don't expect too much from a £20 phone. So let's actually go on YouTube here. Let's go ahead and watch one of my old videos, GV18A Plus smartwatch review. As you can see, YouTube works perfectly fine. Even the speakers are pretty loud. So I'm going to be quiet here so you can hear the speakers. Let me go ahead and close my mouth for a second. So there you go, the speakers are pretty nice. And the screen colours and the quality is actually alright. You really can't tell that it's 360p quality. If you double check on the quality of the video, it's 360p is max. Now this video was actually 1080p HD video, but the max this phone can handle is 360p, but the video looks pretty decent, I have to admit. For a TFT screen, I mean not even IPS, it's a TFT capacitive touchscreen. It's not too bad, it looks pretty nice, I have to admit. As you can see, YouTube works perfectly fine. Videos, you can play videos all day long if you want. The battery is decent. I think I said this before, but it lasts about half a day. This phone's pretty snappy, I have to admit, and you can play some decent normal games. But as you can see, it's obvious it's made for WhatsApp, YouTube, Facebook, social networks, and browsing. It's not made for gaming at all. This phone is not made for gaming. I mean, it has a dual-core 1 GHz processor, but it's a really nice phone. And for £20, I truly don't think you can complain. Now, I'm also considering giving this phone away. So if you want me to do a giveaway, comment down below. Say, hey, TNN, do a giveaway. And make sure you click that subscribe button so when I do a giveaway, you know. But yeah, let's actually go ahead and test this 2 megapixel camera out right here. It's an awful camera, really bad camera. I really hope they would have put at least 5 megapixel. I mean, this phone came out in February 2015. They at least could have put a 5 megapixel. I mean, 2 megapixels is not even normal to find on phones these days. But I guess this phone's not really made for taking pictures anyway. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And I have to say, this is a decent phone for £20-30. I'd give it an overall score of 8 out of 10. It's pretty decent.